Hey guys, Peter here to do an EP review. Today I'm here to tell you about the latest from my dying bride, Macabre Cabaret, out November 20th on Nuclear Blast. This EP has 4 tracks, 26 minutes in length, and this is the band's second release of the year, following their full-length album, The Ghost of Orion. Now, out of the 4 songs, you're going to get 3 brand new songs and a remake of Your Broken Shore. I like these tracks and I like the amount of brand new material on this release. This EP does not feel like an afterthought, and these tracks don't feel like leftover tracks from their full-length album. This really feels like a continuation of the work that was started with that record, and now it shows you where the band is going and their goals and what they want to achieve perhaps with the next full-length album. Plus, you have a year where there has been absolutely 0 tours, 0 live shows, and it feels like this year is longer than what it actually is. So the previous record, The Ghost of Orion, almost feels like it was released 3 years ago. So this EP comes at the right time, at the right moment, with the right amount of brand new material to re-engage yourself as a fan with the band and allow you to look forward to perhaps the next full-length album. Now, as far as the songs are concerned, let's start off with the opening track, Macabre Cabaret. I really like this song. It clocks in at 10 plus minutes. It's the longest track on this release, and I love the mood that it sets for the rest of the tracks. It's such an interesting song, so dynamic, filled with ups and downs, and I really feel like this is an image of our life. If you look at your life as being a cabaret, because sometimes it does feel like that, more so than a sideshow, and with everything that's happening this year, that cabaret would be perhaps very macabre. This song is really a representation of that. It has peaks, it has valleys. The peaks are perhaps the most enigmatic moments in your life, moments of joy, moments of where things are happening, either negative or positive, but things that have a huge impact on yourself and the ones around you. And then there's moments where the song dips down and the piano comes in, becoming very melancholic, very drawn out, and those are the moments of calm. There's not many of those moments perhaps in our lives. We always feel like we're revving with peaks and valleys, with ups and downs, and those ups and downs are very extreme. But this song represents that very well by giving us those more intensive moments of the track where you feel like the momentum is growing, and then the piano coming in, bringing the song down and giving us some peace and quiet, some more calmer moments throughout the song. So it gives you that same sense of movement, up and down movement, as you progress from the beginning of the track all the way to the end of the track. I love that setting, I love that motion, and I love how this song is constructed from that perspective. The clean vocals on this track almost get lost in it, and I like that sense as well. It's a song that has a huge atmosphere to it. It has this sense of progression, like I said, of peaks and valleys, and you don't really need the vocals to dictate anything, to dictate the tempo, the mood, or really push the song forward. You almost need them to be there, lost in the fog of everything that it's happening, and that's what you're going to get from the clean vocals. The harsh vocals push themselves a little bit more to the forefront, but because they're very sporadic throughout the track, they don't really change the dynamic of the song that much. They just almost become a cry for help as you're progressing through this track. I love how it's put together, and I love the ending. Finishing off with this organ at the end has a sense of finality, has a sense of everything closing, almost like as your life is slipping away at the end of your journey through this planet, through this world. I love the construction, I love the delivery of this song. Next, A Secret Kiss. This was the single that they released when they announced this EP, and this, in my opinion, is an immediate My Dying Bride classic. I love this track. Thunderous guitar riff. I love the guitars on this song. They have so much soul, but they also have so much depth to their sound and to how they come across. The layers and the clean vocals add a very important element to the track because it gives volume. It matches almost the same volume that you're getting out of the guitars, not necessarily heaviness, just presence and volume and thickness. So you're getting that from the guitars, and then you're getting that from the vocals with those layers that make them feel bigger as well, make them feel fuller. So the combination of the two elements allows this song to be larger than life, to fill every single gap that exists and make it almost like it's expanding through space. I love the ability that the track has to feel that way, to be constructed in that manner, to have this drag out emotional drive to it, but still feel slightly heavy as it progresses, as it moves on. It's just an incredible track that really builds this harmony, this perfect harmony between the way the vocals are coming across and how the guitars sound and how thick the volume on those guitars are. Next, A Purse of Gold and Stars. This is a very interesting track because it's a complete stripped down song, really driven by the piano melody in it. It just feels like a song that has the ability to make you picture yourself laying on your back looking at the stars. That's the impression that I get from this track when I was listening to it. You can almost close your eyes and see the stars, and those stars, as they pop into that night sky, become those keyboard notes that you hear throughout the track as you're progressing it through it. The clean vocals, almost spoken word like, add a great atmosphere to how this song sounds and how this song feels. This is a song that moves at a very slow pace. Like I said, very stripped down, driven by the piano melody, and the vocals add a nice atmosphere to it. They don't change the track, they don't impact the fluidity of the track, they don't impact the atmosphere, the mood that the song has. They almost enhance it. They give almost this nice breeze, this nice aroma to how the whole track is put together, and elevate the quality of the piano melody and the atmosphere that that piano puts forward. Last but not least, Orchestral Shores, which is a remake of Your Broken Shore. And this song is really interesting. I didn't think you could make something better out of the original. The original is one of my favorite songs from The Ghost of Orion. I love that track. I just love how it sounds, how it feels, how it comes across. This one is very different from it, but it doesn't lose the emotional baggage that the original had. Perhaps it enhances it in a different way because it's more melancholic. The orchestration behind this song is absolutely phenomenal. This feels like a joint venture between My Dying Bride and Apocalyptica. It has that sort of sound, that sort of nature, that sort of balance to it, and it gives you that emotional feeling of being completely stripped out but still connected to it at the same time. I love how they put this track together, how they worked off of the original to create a song that has a lot of different elements, that feels the same but sounds very different. So this is not an easy thing to do, and while this not being a brand new track, it almost feels like a brand new song that was never released before. This is it, guys. This is My Dying Bride with Macabre Cabaret. Once again, out November 20th on Nuclear Blast. Let me know your thoughts on the band, on the single. Use your comment section below, and I'll be getting back to you. Take care, guys.